didn't slam the door that day. No tire scream, no voice to sway. Just quiet steps on wooden floor and air that didn't breathe no more. The lamp stayed on, the clock kept time, but something vanished from the rhyme. No one heard the goodbye, no echo, no tear in the sky. Just the sound of chairs not pulled in space where morning once was full. I looked around but nothing said that love had packed and softly fled. No one heard the goodbye, but it still rings when nights go dry. The mail still came, the dog still barked. The porch light blinked when evenings darked, but your coat stayed behind the door like it might guard the you before. The kettle boiled, the floorboards creaked, but not the words I wish you'd speak. No one heard the goodbye, no phone call, no final sigh. Just a whisper lost in dust in coffee cups we used to trust. I checked for notes, I checked for clues, but all you left was faded shoes. No one heard the goodbye, except the air that watched us die. Some leave with thunder, some with flame, but you withdrew without a name. And all that silence now remains like cold-in curtains after rains. No one heard the goodbye, but I still feel it walking by. Each time I open doors too slow, expecting you but always know it wasn't loud, it wasn't fair. It vanished like a midnight prayer. No one heard the goodbye, but it's the only sound still there. She hated highways, hated rain, said leaving towns just felt like shame. She liked her coffee near the stove, her music soft, her footsteps slow. But yesterday the tank was full, and all her doubts turned quiet dull. She never drove this far, never chased a dying star. The map untouched, the tires clean, but now they hum like in a dream. No breadcrumb trail, no backward glance, just one last key, one final chance. She never drove this far, but now she's miles beyond my heart. used to freeze at yellow lights and turn around on stormy nights. Said bridges scared her to the bone, but now she drives and drives alone. No phone call sent, no station played, just open roads and love mislaid. She never drove this far, never passed the county bar. She left her coat, her favorite cup, but took the will to not give up. And though her past was filled with stay, she found the nerve to look away. She never drove this far until the day she broke apart. Some leave fast, some leave slow, some you never think will go, but quiet hearts still find a lane when holding on becomes a chain. She never drove this far, never pushed the door ajar, but freedom comes with wind and speed, and sometimes fear is what we need. So if you see a car pass by with tear-drenched eyes beneath the sky, she never drove this far, but now she knows how far scars are. You didn't slam the screen door shut, no angry words, no final cut. Just took your coat, your old LPs, and left the silence in degrees. But on the wall, the hallway glowed, the light still on, like some soft code. You left the light but took the key, like half a song in minor D. You gave me hope in golden hue, then locked the door I'd pass for you. The bulb still hums its amber light while I replay your muted sigh. You left the light but took the key, like saying don't, while letting me be. The door's still closed, the latch intact, but locks don't care what words we lacked. I check the porch when night comes down, still half believing you're in town. But keys don't lie, and lights don't stay, they only flicker what won't stay. You left the light but took the key, a kindness carved in cruelty. It's like you whispered I'll return, while watching everything we burn. And now this house feels wide and small, too lit to sleep, too dark to call. You left the light but took the key, and every room now ends Some leave with storms, with thunder cracks, but you just dimmed, then turned your back. No mess, no scene, no grand goodbye, just absence dressed in lullaby. You left the light but took the key, and that's the part that ruins me. The switch still works but not your hand. The lock remains like some last stand, and though the hallway never changed, its meaning grew so rearranged. You left the light but took the key, and now it's only me who sees. Held your coat above your hair. I stood and watched the water stare. The bus had gone, the lights were dim, but neither spoke of her or him. The thunder rolled like distant truth. We just stood like strangers soothed. We waited through the rain, like silence might explain the pain. No questions asked, no plans unmade, just dripping time we let cascade. Didn't say what came before, or who we were beyond that door. We waited through the rain, and knew we'd never be the same. Your fingers traced the window fall, like lovers lost inside a log. You said it's late, I said I know, but neither moved to let it show. The street lamp flickered overhead, like even light could beg instead. We waited through the rain, like maybe stillness could remain. The kind of hush that holds two hearts, that ache but never pull apart. We stayed not close, not far away, both hope and rain had more to say. We waited through the rain, because goodbye felt too insane. And though the clouds began to lift, we lingered like a final gift. For once the sky had cleared its face, we'd lose the time, we'd lose this place. We waited through the rain, like memories etched on window pane. No kiss to end, no last embrace, just water running down the face. when you turned and walked alone. The sound of drops became my own. The drapes are thin, the glass still clear, but everything has changed in here. The chair still leans the way you sat, your shadow tucked inside your hat. The sun still spills the golden dust, but what it shines on now is rust. The window faced the past, it held the love we thought would last. It framed your smile that lit the dawn, then watched you turn and just be gone. It saw the days we didn't speak, it knows the cracks, it heard the creak. The window faced the past, and now it shows me what won't last. You trace the fog with quiet hands, draw hearts and names in shifting sands. I watched you dream beyond the glass of distant hills and greener grass. But still you stayed until the night you left with neither blame nor fight. The window faced the past, it froze the scenes we lived too fast. The dance we did in morning's light, the silence thick on sleepless nights. It doesn't lie, it doesn't weep, just stares where memories softly sleep. The window faced the past, and now it holds what slipped too fast. Some look out to see the new, I look in and still see you. A frame of pain, a silent vow that keeps me in the here and now. The window faced the past, and through its lens the times recast. The street remains, the sky still blue, but none of it looks back like you. And as I sit where we once laughed, I see the ghost of photographs. The window faced the past, and somehow still it holds us fast. No suitcase by the hallway light, no echoes down the stairs at night, no slammed shut words, no broken plates, just empty cups and quiet fates. The couch still bears the shape she curled, but gone is all that made it a world. It was a goodbye without a door, no creak, no click, no final floor. She didn't pack, she didn't say, just faded like the end of day. And I still breathe the air she left, like perfume after sudden theft. A goodbye without a door, just silence slipping through the floor. She didn't cry, I didn't plead. We both just fed the same old need to keep it calm, to skip the scene, like closing books we've already seen. The fridge still hums her favorite song, but somehow hums it all wrong. It was a goodbye without a door, no coat removed, no metaphor. The chairs askew and lights still on, a ghost departing with the dawn. No written note, no soft so long, just absence wrapped in normal song. A goodbye without a door, and yet it echoes evermore. We think the end will always shout, but some just melt and then fade out. And not with a bang, but with a hush, like wind that leaves without a brush. It was a goodbye without a door, and though the house looks like before, the clocks still tick, the floorboards creak, but none of them recall her speak. She left no mark, she made no scene, but took the warmth from in between. She didn't slam the door behind, just tied her scarf and cleared her mind. The coffee pot was still half full, the sky outside a gentle wound, her footsteps softer than the rain. No final words, no sharp refrain. She left like Sunday morning, no thunder, no warning, just sunlight spilling on the floor, and quiet where her voice once swore. She didn't cry, she didn't shake, just walked away before I'd wait. She left like Sunday morning, and nothing's felt so wide and full. Her jacket hung for weeks to come, still smelled like rose and setting sun. Her book laid open on page 9, a note she never got to sign. The radio still played her song, but somehow it all felt so wrong. She left like Sunday morning, no storm like Sunday morning, still warm yet slowly forming. A memory that's hard to keep, like whispered prayers we talk in sleep. She left no fight, she left no clue, just folded skies and shades of blue. She left like Sunday morning, and I still wake to her undoing. I was driving down old Highway 9. The sun was low, the light was fine. I flipped the dial just out of road, then caught a chord you used to quote. That melody, it knew our names. The chorus sparked forgotten flames. Half a song on the radio took me back too long ago, when you would hum and tap the dash with laughter soft as summer ash. But static cut the final line and left me stranded in that time. Half a song on the radio was all it took to let you show. Aside, let the wheels breathe, as memory curled like fallen leaves. You sang that verse in morning's light, still in my shirt from yesterday's night. It wasn't much, it wasn't planned, but God, you fit just right in hand. Half a song on the radio was more than silence ever showed. It filled the seat you used to claim and whispered pieces of your name. But then it faded soft and slow, like love that doesn't wanna go. Half a song on the radio, and suddenly I missed you so. Say the past don't play rewind, but music cheats the rules of time. One minor key, one lyric low, and you return with all you know. Half a song on the radio, let me feel what I let go. No photo frame, no handwritten line can make stirred your tea, I stirred my doubts. The words came slow, then wandered out. You asked me how the garden grew. I lied and said, just fine, like you. Your smile was soft, your eyes were thin. We talked like rain on rusted tin. We talked like rain on tin, no deeper than the surface skin. Each syllable a drop, not storm. Too cold to heal, too dry to warm. You laughed, but not the way you used, and I replied with half refused. We talked like rain on tin, and never let the real begin. The lamp between us hummed its song, while both of us just played along. You spoke of work, I spoke of sleep, but neither touched what lies too deep. The roof above caught all the sound, but couldn't hold what can't be found. We talked like rain on tin, just echoes from the place we've been. No questions sharp, no answers brave. Just words to pass, not love to save. You looked away, I watched the floor as if it held what we came for. We talked like rain on tin, and left the rest to fade within. Some silences speak more than speech, but ours just stay too far to reach. Like puddles dancing in the night, too soft to stir, too faint for light. We talk like rain on tin, a melody we'd once begin, but time had bent the notes too low, and we forgot the chords we know. You stood to leave, I didn't stand, just let the moment slip like sand. We talked like rain on tin, and vanished in that quiet din.
The trees still sway in morning light, but none of them will say it right. The breeze that used to kiss her hair now dances past like she's not there. I called her name into the sky, but clouds just moved and passed me by. Even the wind won't speak her name. It whispers soft but not the same. The fields stay still, the lake won't stir. No echo dares remember her. I beg the pines to sing her tune, but silence fell on sun and moon. Even the wind won't speak her name. Like loss itself forgot its claim. She walked these hills in summer's breath, but left before the fall death. The swing she loves still creaks at dawn, but never sways since she's been gone. I stood where laughter used to land, but found just dust inside my hand. Even the wind won't speak her name. It once would dance, now it's just tame. The ocean hums a different key, avoiding chords of memory. The sparrow waits to start its song, as if it knows that name is wrong. Even the wind won't speak her name, and nature too has left the frame. Maybe the earth has made a pact to guard her name and not look back. Or maybe I'm the only one still chasing ghosts beneath the sun. Even the wind won't speak her name, and I've grown tired of taking blame. If gales forget and rivers hush, then maybe loss is in the hush. So I just sit beneath the sky and let her fade without goodbye. Even the wind won't speak her name, so neither will I, just the same. The sky pretended it was blue, as if it didn't miss her too. The sun came out but looked away. It didn't warm me much that day. The wind wore spring like Sunday clothes, but carried silence no one chose. The sky pretended it was blue, but I could see the aching through. It painted light on every tree, while shadows whispered back to me. And though the clouds were white and slow, they held a grief they didn't show. The sky pretended it was blue, just like I used to, loving you. Loving you. The neighbors smiled like morning news. The birds rehearsed their happy cues. But underneath their scripted grace was something cracked they couldn't face. I walked alone beneath the hue of something false and far from true. The sky pretended it was blue, a shade she'd always walk into. She'd laugh and lift her face to light. It's makeup just to carry on, while hearts like mine are out of tune, still stuck inside a colder June. The sky pretended it was blue, like postcards sent but never do. It offered hope in vain disguise to blind the tears beneath my eyes. And though it shines, it doesn't mend, for skies don't break and hearts don't bend. The sky pretended it was blue, and I still miss her through and through.
The clock had stopped at 2:03. The moon hung low behind the tree. No cars, no wind, no shifting floor, just shadows stretching from the door. I sat alone, the house asleep, when something stirred inside too deep. I found her in the quietest hour. No voice, no shape, no scented flower, just presence like a softened breath, too whole for ghosts, too still for death. She touched the edge of who I am, and suddenly I gave a damn. I found her in the quietest hour, and time stood still to grant its power. The light was off, the air was cold, but in that hush, her hands took hold. She didn't speak, she didn't move, yet every ache began to soothe. She sat where once her pillow lay, and smiled like dawn in muted gray. I found her in the quietest hour, not flesh or bone, but blooming flower. A hush that hung beneath my skin, like lullabies from deep within. No photograph, no trace to find, just echo dancing through my mind. I found her in the quietest hour. When grief gave grace a final bower, some love returns not in the day, but when the world has stepped away. When silence hums its sacred song, she comes to prove she's never gone. dreamed the door was never closed. No suitcase packed, no secrets posed. She hummed a tune, the kettle sang, and light across the counter rang. The morning held its gentle sway, like time forgot to walk away. I dreamed the door was never closed. No final step, no drifting ghost. Her hand still reached to pour my cup, like nothing ever folded up. And in that dream, the silence lied, pretending she was still inside. I dreamed the door was never closed, and woke to find the curtains posed. The coffee steamed, her laugh was low. Her eyes lit up in golden glow. She asked me if the mail had come. I nodded slow, my fingers numb. It felt so real, so full, so true. The kind of lie I still live through. I dreamed the door was never closed. No echo deep, no chair exposed. The hallway full, the table set, the things I never could forget. She kissed my cheek before the light, then vanished in the arms of night. I dreamed the door was never closed. No echo deep, no chair exposed. While other doors may swing and creak, her stays just cracked enough to speak. I dreamed the door was never closed, and in that space our love re-rose. Not bold, not loud, but soft and kind, the way the heart rewinds the mind. And though I woke to air and dust, the dream remains because it must. I dreamed the door was never closed, and maybe dreams are what I trust. The chair still sits by a window pane, its wooden arms worn smooth with rain. She used to curl with book in hand and draw small suns in morning sand. Now no one's there to sip the steam, but every dawn repeats the theme. Where she sat, the light still leans through golden blinds and quiet beams. It hits the floor the way it did when she would smile and close the lid of thoughts to
but sunlight knew her better there. Where she sat, the light still leans, a silent shrine in daily scenes. I tried to move the chair one day, but something in me said it'd stay. The dust it gathers feels like proof of time gone soft beneath the roof. And though her scent has long since fled, the morning air still paints her stead. Where she sat, the light still leans, a touch of grace in between. No photograph, no faded thread, just golden hush where she once read. And though the house forgets her name, the sun remembers just the same. Where she sat, the light still leans like memory through window screens. Some leave without a sound or scream. The light remembers every scene. The way she breathed, the way she turned, the coffee steam, the pages burned. Where she sat, the light still leans, each morning's echo reconvenes. And though I wake to just a chair, she's always partly sitting there. No need for voice or scent or touch.
We talked in circles, sharp and wide, but never crossed the words inside. You asked me if the rain would stay. I said it's just another day. But in your eyes a storm was caught, and every word I should have brought, all that stayed silent, the weight we didn't fight, hung heavier than all we said. Between the tears we left unshed, no blame, no violence, just all that stayed silent now echoes louder in my head. You trace the edge of your old cup, and I look down, just giving up. The clock kept time, but not the heart. We let the moment fall apart. And now the room, it holds the sound of all we didn't speak aloud. All that stayed silent still lingers every night, like whispers pressed into the walls, or footsteps soft in empty halls. No fight, no tyrant, just all that stayed silent. And now it speaks when darkness falls. Some love dies not in fire, but in the hush of lost desire. No slamming doors, no last goodbyes, just quiet truths
we left to lie. All that stayed silent is all I can recite. The looks, the sighs, the shifting eyes, the space between our last reply. So calm, so silent, but all that stayed was a riot, and I still hear it every night. She walked like wind across the street, with shadows dancing at her feet, her eyes fixed on a sky so wide. She never once looked to the side. I called her name, she didn't flinch. Her grip on freedom wouldn't pinch. She never looked down, not once, not then. She chased the stars past every end. And I stood still with open hands while she drew maps in different lands. No plea, no frown, she never looked down, and I was just the ground she passed. She kissed me soft, then faced the dawn, as if the night was just a yawn. I begged the moment not to go, she was built to always flow, like rivers running past their source. She never questioned love or course. She never looked down, no tears, no weight. She never feared dressed in softer slurs. No crown, no gown, she never looked down, and I just watched her hesitate, but never break. Some hearts aren't meant for staying, they bloom then go, no delaying. I was the pause, she was the race. I memorized her vanishing grace. She never looked down, just forward, far. She lit her path with morning star. Too long, she gave me something strong and gone. No chain, no noun, she never looked down, and I still live beneath her song. I didn't fight the silent room. The air had carved a kind of tune. but not for death, not grief too loud, just space where she no longer bowed. I sat and let the daylight fade, and felt the shape that silence made. The quiet took me like rain takes stone, not with a crash, but slow and known. It didn't ask, it didn't plead, it just became the way to be. No voice, no key, the quiet took me, and there somehow she stayed with me. I found her breath in stillborn hours, in dust that danced on window flowers. She wasn't gone, she wasn't near, she lived in pause, not sound or tear. And every sigh I used to stall now answered like a ghosted call. The quiet took me with patient hands, no tide, no storm, no bold demands. Just hush where memories unfold, like paper thoughts too soft to hold. No need to flee, the quiet took me and wrapped her name around my sleep. Some try to fill the empty space, I chose to let it show her face. For in the hush I hear her best, the words she left, the rest, the rest. The quiet took me and I gave in, not loss, not lack, but soft within. I closed the door, turned off the light, and found her there without a fight. No need to see, the quiet took me and made her absence feel complete. She closed the door but left no sound, just shifted air and settled ground. The clock still ticks the way it did, but echoes louder where she hid. Each room retains her turning glance, like silence waiting for a dance. Echoes in her wake, not loud enough to break, but strong enough to stretch the walls and whisper through these empty halls. No shake, no quake, just echoes in her wake. And every step I take still stalls. Her mug remains upon the sill, warm, cold, the window still. A book half read with dog-eared page still hums with her, still holds her stage. I try to speak, but breath won't bend. For echoes do not comprehend. Echoes in her wake, the sound the silence makes when someone leaves but won't let go of all the things they used to know. No give, no take, just echoes in her wake, and haunting like the dusk will show. She's gone in body, not in tone. She's absence that I walk alone. And every word I think to say returns in her forgotten way. Echoes in her wake, like footsteps I mistake for hers, though I've long known the truth. The air still smells of borrowed youth. No song to fake, just echoes in her wake, and I've grown used to her ache.
She sat beside me in the dark, a fading breath, a shrinking spark. Her eyes were there, but miles away, as if her soul had slipped to gray. I reached, but held a softer air. She vanished while she still was there. She faded like smoke. No flash, no sound, no choke, just drifted through the open blinds, left fragrance where she once entwined. No flame to stoke. She faded like smoke, and all I had was what she broke. The room still smells of her perfume, a velvet hush in every room. She didn't run, she didn't cry, she just became a kind of sky. Too wide to hold, too soft to see. She whispered out of memory. She faded like smoke. Through cracks the silence spoke. No door was slammed, no letters burned, just presence gone where I still turn. No string, no yoke. She faded like smoke, and left the light too slow to sow. Some leave like thunder, sharp and sure, but she dissolved, a trace demure. Like incense lost to open wind, she left no start, she left no end. She faded like smoke.
fog I learned to cope.
She used to sit beside the fire with books and tea. The day expired, her knees tucked in, her fingers bent. On every page her silence went. Now all the light feels rearranged, but only one thing hasn't changed. Only the chair stayed, its cushion sunk, its fabric frayed. No echoes left, no scent remains, but still it holds invisible chains. No voice obeyed, only the chair stayed. Like it still waits to be repaid. I moved the frames, I swept the floor, I painted walls, replaced the door. The lamp is new, the curtains pale, but that old chair still tells the tale. I sit beside but not within. It holds the shape of where she's been. Only the chair stayed, while all the rest decayed. I tried to sell it once or twice, but couldn't name a worthy price. So there it lay, only the chair stayed. Like it refused to be betrayed. Some things remember what we can't, like creaks and floors and fainting plants. I let her go, I cleared the air, but couldn't move that waiting chair. Only the chair stayed, unchanged, unmoved, unplayed. No shadow sits, no comfort calls, yet still it stares across the walls, like love delayed. Only the chair stayed, and somehow that feels more than made.
She smiled but didn't hold the line. Her laughter cracked just past the spine. She spoke but paused before each word, like every sound no longer stirred. I felt her hand slip from my knee, like wind that's leaving from the sea. Before the sky turned, the light was thin and stern. sun still shone, but with a sigh, like even it had learned goodbye. The blue still burned before the sky turned, but love already ceased to yearn. She moved around like she was gone. Her body stayed but drifted on. The coffee cooled before her sip. Her name began to lose its grip, and in her gaze I saw a gate. She'd found the key, I found the way. Before the sky turned, I saw the quiet churn. The leaves all trembled without breeze. The minutes slowed like aching knees. No flame discerned. Before the sky turned, but something left that won't return. We think the sky must first go black before we know she won't come back. Some goodbyes are made of haze, of daylight losing all its blaze. Before the sky turned, she whispered with concern, not for herself but for the end that neither lover could defend. No wrath, no spurn. Before the sky turned, she let go softer than the wind. I wrote her name on notebook lines with ink that blurred through crossing times. It used to shine with golden grace. Now every letter hides a face, and when I speak it, it feels wrong, like echoes tone that stay too long. Shadows under her name, no fire left, no flame, just shapes of what I can't recall. The rise and fall of nothing small, no claim to fame, just shadows under her name. Some names survive in songs and stone, but hers just left me more alone. A word once bright with breath and spark now barely stirs the quiet dark. Final battles under her name is all that still remains. No syllable can bring her back, no melody can fill the crack. Just dusk, no flame, shadows under her name. And I forgot the way she came.
The photo's still upon the wall, but something's missing in it all. Her face remains, the light is right, but shadows lean too far from sight. It used to glow in golden pine, now looks like someone else's time. She took the frame, left just the name. The glass intact, but nothing holds. The corners curl like stories told without a claim. She took the frame, and all the meaning left the same. I found the nails she pulled with care, no broken wood, no signs of wear. But where it hung, the wall feels wide, like love itself had stepped aside. I tried to mount a different view, but every picture bled her hue. She took the frame, not loud, not lame. She didn't need to take the face, just took the edge, the shape, the place. No one to blame. She took the frame and left the center out of aim. What's left behind without a line becomes too shapeless over time. And even joy begins to fade without the border love it made. She took the frame and left the flame, still flickering but out of reach, like words too soft for lips to teach. No more to name. She took the frame, and now the wall forgets to speak. What's left behind without a line becomes too shapeless over time. And even joy begins to fade without the border love had made. She took the frame and left the plane, still flickering but out of reach, like words too soft for lips to teach. No more to name. She took the frame, and now the wall forgets to speak. It started where her shoulder turned. The golden sheen no longer burned. The way the sun once kissed her skin now faded soft and folded in. No sudden dark, no violent fall, just light retreating from the wall. Where the light undid, our warmth began to skid. No spotlight left on what we were, just shadows drifting out of blur. No lid, no bid. Where the light undid, we lost the glow we never hid. The corners used to shine with us, a radiance in every hush. But windows stopped their gentle play and let the color drain away. Her smile reflected less each time, like photos left in sun too long. Where the light undid, the love no longer slid between the cracks of daily grace, and just empty gold on silent space. No word amid. Where the light undid, we watched the morning slowly rid. I chased the beam across the floor, found it knocking on no door. And when she turned to say goodbye, the room forgot how light replies. Where the light undid was where her shadow hid. No spark remained for me to hold, just dust pretending to be gold. No cry, no kid, where the light undid is where our quiet truth was bid.